Yeah, we're live. Post game, Chiefs Vikings. I'm pissed. Purple Hulk came out tonight. Oh my freaking word. Kofi in the house. I think you popped in, you popped out, but hey, nice having you on, man. Oh God. I mean, the turnover to start the game, man. Isn't that freaking classic? Johnny? What do you think?
That
The
that
classic?
I sat and watched the whole rest of that game, but that still probably is what pissed me off the most. Is another random player just fumbling on the opening possession, or just because then of course we go into halftime tied, and they get the ball first, and it didn't even feel like we had the ball first because you just squander that opportunity when we go 3-and-out, or we have a fumble after winning the coin toss and receiving. God, it's such a kick in the nuts as you try to go through the rest of the game. Momentum is killed. All the hype leading up to the game is just killed. I feel like,
Yep.
and you can't have it there. I mean, there's a lot of other bullshit I'm sure we'll get to, but that's the one that still sticks with me. It's just like, are we serious? Like another game
Shout
with like
shout out
that?
to Skull Mafia. Horrible game, bad team. Yeah, I would consider us a bad team. One, because we're 1-4, but also we want to punch ourselves in the nuts on as much as many times as we can to play to drop as many balls as we have. And we were talking about this off air. Justin Jefferson drops one. TJ Hawkinson drops three. KJ Osborne drops a first down. We overcome all that. I don't Powell drops one, but that's not gonna, that was almost good at the end of the game. But
Madison dropped one.
Madison drops a possible, the announcers thought it would have been a sure touchdown. I don't know. Does Cam Akers drop that? I'm wondering. But just earlier, he catches one and then runs it in for a touchdown, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, come on. And, Kirk, I mean, it was a lob to him. You know what I'm saying? It was a lob to him because Kirk had to throw it over the lineman as he was getting hit. So, I mean, that play worked. It worked. It worked perfectly, right? We just got to catch it. Not every play is going to be like, here, hand off the ball, or catch the ball. Think bad things are going to happen. We just got to come down with it. Play would work. I don't know.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's a touchdown, but
Yeah, I don't know for sure
another
because
one.
one of their guys they had two guys. We had plenty of blockers, but anybody could split a block, right? So,
Mm-hmm. It was
but
going to
hey,
be a
it would have been
positive
a
play.
first down.
Yeah, there were too many positive plays that we squandered. It was just crazy, and it was still only a 7 point loss, which just makes it even more frustrating.
Shout out to KB
Because
plays and Kofi. We'll get to that. We'll get to the refs.
oh
We'll
yeah,
get to the refs.
we'll get to
Because and it seemed early on throughout the game, like there's I don't know if it was 2nd and 17 early in the game, and they got a pass to Ross, I think, and I'm like, come on, come on. And then later in the game, we get to him, he throws it up, and barely, just in the dude's hands, just over the outreach of our guy, and he gets it, and they go down and score a touchdown. So it's like we're so close all the time, and then on our side of the ball, we're dropping shit. They dropped some stuff too, but they got those crazy ass plays like the field goal at the end of half. That guy drags, he's like another a tenth of an inch. He's not getting that catch. It's like, oh my God, all these things were like the stars were aligning for these guys, it seemed. I don't know. Can we get that same luck sometime, Johnny?
oh, I know it. Yeah, Josh Oliver is another drop that we didn't even
Oh,
mention.
Josh Oliver. I mean, I think Kirk
That looked
probably should have thrown that a little softer to him. We're not talking about, well, I don't know who else catches that other than maybe JJ or Jordan Addison because they got good hands.
it
But
looked like a shitty throw real time from the
like
broadcast
it
angle.
looked hard. It looked like he threw it really hard at him, right? But yeah,
Yeah, but then
you're a
they show
professional
it.
football player. You should catch that.
Yeah, they show it and it hits him in the hands, and it's just
It hits
like
him in the hands.
Jesus. Ah,
You're gonna. I mean, that's me saying, okay, Kirk and that receiver aren't connected. Maybe throws it a little bit lighter, but I don't know. I don't know.
there's so many plays like that.
Yeah, that's what happened. It was Cousins' fault today. Too evil to hope. But hey, since you're throwing money my way, you get the Viking horn. Let me turn up the volume for you, and let's give you some of this straight cash money. All right. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna call on this Cousins' fault today. So yeah, that's a little silly, but all right. Googs is in the house. What's up, man? Needed 15 yards at the end of the game. Yep. We needed yeah, let's talk about that. I think there was 2 holding penalties, if not pass interference penalties, at the end of the game that neither of them got called. And that last one I think was egregious, and they don't call him from taking his helmet off. I don't know how that affects the play, but still, that's just another example of them, not calling a obvious penalty and even telling him to put his helmet on. But before that, they didn't call it a tip ball, did they? Because wasn't tipped. He hit his arm.
Yeah, it didn't affect the ball itself.
Oh, they're calling it this.
Hand.
They said this like it's. Is that what they're? No, he was telling him to put his helmet on with that. For a second there, I thought, man, it was like nobody in the no non-catchable ball. But either way, it should have been holding or illegal contact.
Yeah. So I mean, on the interference, I think what they ended up when they were discussing the refs had their kind of huddle. I think it was the catchability of that ball, but it would like I think.
But
Jordan
you're still
Addison,
holding him.
right,
You're still grabbing him.
Yeah, if he's not held, he can
Ball's in the
probably
air.
get pretty close to it with the ball in the air.
Yeah. Ball's in the air. He's grabbing him. That's at least holding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not out of play. It wasn't out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Right. It was in the field of play. There's no way he can get to it because he's being held. That's the way I looked at it. But yeah, I'm sick of that. I'm sick. Yeah. I think there was other ones too. I'd have to go back and watch. There's some other crappy things that happen. They call a pass interference on Smith, Harrison Smith, right?
Oh,
that gives them, that could be, sure. Okay. But you don't call it on them when the game, when it's in our favor. It's like, oh my God. And I think Harrison Smith I've seen that not get called. I've seen that not get called.
Yeah, that one felt borderline too. And that was that one, that one was like a 3rd and long.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Bailed them out. And it's like
I was sick on that one. That was exactly what I said. They just bailed him out.
Yeah, because like I don't think it was just a crazy toss up from Mahomes. It was in the vicinity, but at the same time, like the ground Harrison had to cover, he had his hands up. He didn't get his head around for the ball necessarily, but he wasn't like grabbing.
Like he stuck his arm out, right?
I thought that one was a little questionable. I mean, I get it. I'm not pissed that was called necessarily, but it's a shitty moment for it to happen. And then if you're going to call that,
I think it was a less egregious than this last couple of non-calls. I think it was less egregious.
I think both of those should have been called
because their dudes were actually holding our guy from getting to the ball, Jordan Addison.
Well, yeah, he had 2 fists full of jersey.
Yeah, he's like holding them like this on 2 plays.
Blatant.
I'm sick, man. Yeah, Kofi, it was at least a 5-yard first down. It was at least that. Twice. Killing me. I think if Addison tries to sell that first one a little more. I mean, they threw the flag on it. On the second one, they threw the flag on it.
Threw the flag and picked it up.
That's unexcusable, man. It's unexcusable.
I'd love to know the whatever it was that pushed their decision that way. Ultimately, if it was catch radius or proximity, or if it was if they thought it was they thought it was tipped or the throw was affected by the
I mean, but he was
hit. I
holding
don't
them
know.
well earlier. He was holding
Yep.
them well earlier. There's no way he can get to the ball because he's holding them 10 yards down the field or 50 or whatever it was, 15 maybe,
Oh
but
yeah.
well before the goal line. Let me see what my fraternity brother from back in the day has to say. Start finding Hawkinson's every time he ball doinks off his two hands. He kills drives after drive. Ref upholding that out of bounds catch to end the half, set the tone for the second half, rob us of momentum going into the locker room. I couldn't focus on whether or not his feet and his hands. I'm an old dude, so there's no way I'm like trying to look like this. So I don't know if it was a bad call or a good call, but it was a crazy ass catch at the end of that half.
It's tough to overturn, I guess, since they ruled it a catch on the field.
He's saying the ball hit out of bounds.
Ball hit in bounds.
Hit inbound. Oh, inbounds. I thought he said out of bounds. Yeah, the ball hit in bounds. That's another good thing for that call, right? We should get that. Because I mean, he's just holding them up. There's no way he can get to it. No way. The guy's fast as shit. I mean, and the ball is lofted. There's time to get under that ball, but you can if you're being held. It's just crazy. We can't hire a young coach that and have him put film together to watch his film back on tape to know that worked and what don't. Sorry, it's a lot of don'ts, and I'm sorry, Six Shooter Nation. What's he saying? Back on tape to know that worked and what don't. He don't know what work. He don't want. Don't. Okay. Yeah, I think you're saying like he's not looking back on the tape, figuring out what works and doesn't work. Yeah, I agree, man. There's some things. There was like times like your first half, you're thinking, oh, some shit's working, man, and it's creativity. And then he goes and runs the ball on 2nd and 10. After giving up a touchdown. I'm like, come on, man. I know we want to get closer on 3rd down, but Kirk's dealing. He's throwing the ball, even though guys are dropping the ball. He's still dealing. Give him the ball. Put the ball in his hands. He showed his youth over and over again. Clock management. I agree. I'm not going to say that those 3 timeouts lost the game, but they sure would have helped on that last drive, right? Are you reading the chat, man? Are you fixated on the chat?
Yeah, I was.
Kirk and Lowe play really well today. So yeah, shout out to the O-line. I'm not even thinking about Ed Ingram right now. I'd have to go back because I go back and watch every play Ed Ingram runs, and I will tell you if he was bad or not. But Ed Ingram is not in my mind. Brian O'Neill on a penalty, him getting a penalty is not a usual thing on a 10-yard holding penalty. But I think what do you think of the O-line today? Did it do its job? I think Kirk had a lot of time, except for on the last play.
They were great. They were great for the most part. There were still some free rushers when they went to 0, but I mean that's gonna happen. I think a lot of what hurts them is picking up blitzes and maybe there are times they should have slid one way or the other.
Right,
but
there's some of that.
The actual act of blocking has been going pretty well for these guys. Like
you're right. So
not the physical part of it has been going pretty well. I think there might be some
physical, but not the strategic part of it.
Yes. But I want on that Brian O'Neill holding penalty too. Before I forget, was anyone else super surprised that at Cousins getting out of there and doing that little flip to Akers that got the first, or would have been a first down?
That was
cracking me up. That was cracking me up, dude. He
was doing Mahomes,
sticking and moving in there.
There was 3 or 4 times in that game that he bought some time, extended a play.
It was a rope-a-dope.
That one was called a penalty, but there was another one for a first down to Addison. There's a couple others. I think he ran the ball. Yeah, he can run. He just doesn't want to.
Well, yeah, that was one play where it made me like, It made me feel like there are more times he just kind of gives in to taking a sack than he should. I think he might underestimate himself a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, James making a point. It's not like they're one-handed drops or they're hitting both their hands, you know. And then KJ not even turning his head, you know. And that could have been a sure touch. That could have been a sure touchdown too if he's turning to look right away. But
Oh yeah.
timing maybe wasn't there, whatever. But you're in the end zone, man. You're in the end zone. You have to have a clock in your head, you know.
Oh
But
exactly.
I think the best game overall the offensive line played. Yeah, I think so. Just my feeling after the game is probably that was, and I thought they were pretty good against Carolina too. Um, I've been saying this. The only hole we've had has been Ingram. I've felt like we've had. Oh, there was a play earlier in the game where Kirk got sacked and Cleveland did not even touch the guy. Like the guy did a and then just ran right by him, and Cleveland did not even touch him for the and that was I think the first sack of the game. Cleveland, that was a bad one, but
Yeah.
um
He
it
did.
was not Kirk's fault. We lost. It was the flags. Crown Jews Ingram has no business still playing. Um, I I would have to go back and look on this game. I'm not gonna call out a guy if he played good or not. I would have to go look back, but I'll be the first guy to jump down his throat because I've had the past 4 games, even the Carolina game, because he had 2 bad plays that cost us in that last game, and I don't know about this one yet. I would have to go back and look. I was I was too pissed off the whole game
Yeah.
because of the drops.
Yeah.
Uh, but if he
It,
played good, I'm gonna say he played good. I don't know, but I just have a feeling that the offensive line did a pretty good job. So, and we got after their guy. You know, we got to him.
almost every week there's been at least one big Ed Ingram play that just stands out as a bad play that contributed to the loss. I can't think of one right now though from this game. So I can't really speak on that either. I think as a whole the O line played really well. Um,
Believe me, 6 shooter. After every game, I literally focus on Ed Ingram. I, I every play, all I watch all of them, and I will go back and look at the tape. Trust me. But some of the splash plays that cost us were from other guys today. It seemed, but yeah, I would have to go look at the sacks. I didn't. I don't know who let who go. You know. So I'll have to go back and look, but I will. I promise. That was Chris Jones that ran past Cleveland. Yeah, yeah. He just went, and then it was like gone. I'm sure we're tons of post games are going on right now, but oh my goodness, we didn't run the ball very well today, did we?
no, it was also like when they called runs was a little goofy sometimes.
Okay, buddy. Lay down, Peyton.
You
Like
know,
second and
just
10.
well, right. Like there were a couple of those where it was just like I get trying to catch them off guard a little bit, but it's just not working right now. Let's just kind of lean into what is. Um, there were a couple decent runs, but uh, not like what we saw last week or the week prior. Which is fine. It's not going to be that way every game. Um, and I think we still would have been able to hang in just fine if it weren't for the drops. The play calling was pretty good.
Yeah, he's saying
As far as
3.6
the
off of
actual
20 something
concepts,
carries.
yeah. As far as the
Crown
actual
makes a good
concepts
point
go,
here.
go ahead.
Like that last third and long that they got, and then they end up scoring a touchdown. I'm like, why'd we go after him? You know, I don't even think Kelsey was in the game at that time. And I'm like, Kelsey's not in the game. I'm like, rush forward and then drop back. That's what I was feeling like on that play. There's other times I was like, let's go after him. But I'm like, it was like 3rd and 18, and we go after him, and he just drops one over our defender for a first down. I just felt like that was a time to drop back, because it's not like they were deep in their territory, you know. They were in deep in their territory, so it's like I don't go after them on that, I don't know.
We were giving them trouble on early downs. We were putting them in a lot of 2nd and 3rd and longs.
Yeah,
And then the defense wasn't great on those downs. It was tough.
Yeah, the Ross one, and I don't even know who caught that last one, but you think Kelsey's out, like, all right, let's go. But now we're going into the Bears, possibly without Justin Jefferson. I don't know if it was serious. It was a hammy, it looked like.
It did. He was walking off, stood on the sideline all game, but he did know he wasn't going back in. I mean, he had the towel on his head right away. So it must have been enough where he wasn't comfortable with it. And it seems like it would have been something he could have made worse. So yeah, maybe it's just
I don't, and it's not like he was doing anything in that game. I would have to go back and look, right, and see if was he open on this play? Was he open on this play? And I'm sure people will nitpick like F about it, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know if he was open, but it looks like what's his ass? I forget his name. The cornerback was causing him a little grief the whole game.
Yeah, I saw Snead on him a lot.
That's what I was talking about, Snead.
More so than I thought it would be a lot more McDuffie. But
yeah, Snead was though. He got a couple penalties off of Snead, right? But Snead wasn't backing down. He was.
No.
He got right in his face. Got a penalty. But yeah, the fact that you got him and he is going to get some penalties. So I felt really good. Like, okay, we're getting some calls early in this game. They're calling these penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they forgot about that in the second half.
Yeah, there was a time at which it was KC had been called for 7 penalties and the Vikings only had 2 on them. And they seemed to make an effort to balance that back out.
I wonder, we were supposed to have 3 other people, and one person has an excuse. No, coming in now. He says he's coming in. I don't know.
Okay.
Not 7:52. That was 4 minutes ago. Okay. All right. Let me see if he's texted me. This is a Mellow Show. Mellow Show was supposed to be in here. He's saying he was coming in. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. But and Tanishka was supposed to be on. I got one person on here that's in my thumbnail, so let's. But Josh has got an excuse. Yeah. So, oh man, our defense played well enough, right? Don't you think? Like, it was a tough team to play, right? We spotted them 7, but they got their stops.
They did, and especially down the stretch, like they kind of set it up to where they kept us alive multiple times.
Cam Akers does need more playing time. He looked like he could have broke a few, but he just got, they got him. He looks like he's got burst, and he can catch the ball. There was that one play where the guy, that linebacker, just got him. He made a play. If he closed the ground fast and was able to tackle him on this little dump off past the outside. If he has space, he might break that, because there was plenty of room if that linebacker doesn't make a play. So I don't mind that. Yeah. I don't mind a play call like that. Just like I didn't mind the first play of the game, because you got a one-on-one guy with plenty of room behind him, a big body and a little body, and then he fumbled. But I don't mind those plays, because that's designed to get him one-on-one, and not designed, but you're looking for a guy in a one-on-one situation. That's what the NFL's about. And for the most part, they work. But listen, Addison, man, I think he had the best game out of anybody. Sure-handed, ran great routes, got open. Kirk hit him. He caught the ball. Addison didn't have a drop, right?
Nope, not that I remember.
Play him every down.
He looked good. You could tell Kirk was kind of leaning on him too once JJ went out.
Powell came in and had a little thing. I like the jet sweeps. I
I did too.
We've been calling for shit like that.
One, how about the fake punt?
Great design. And I was like, dude, this is gonna be a fake. Like, I'm like thinking they're gonna like, no way he's not going for it here. And the crowd's booing, and then we run the fake. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Booing. And then we go down and we're leading. You know, it's like, man. At this point in the season, I was expecting us to be 3-2. We're 1-4, but we could have been 2-3. You know, one game, we just win one of those games, and we'd be 2-3. Season's not over. I know I got people over in our chat, right, talking about season's over. I mean, nobody thought we were going to win this, right? So it's like, all right, I'm still like, get me to 3-5. Give me the Bears, give me the Packers, give me the 3-5, and then we got, 2 games against the Lions. We just need to go 7-2. But yeah. All right.
Yeah, there was not much that could have happened in this game to make me feel worse about the team. I was just hoping to come out of it feeling a little bit better. And we kept it close, but
look who joined us, man.
Look at this guy.
Look who joined us. Are you frozen, Mello?
I'm definitely frozen, bro.
You want to come back out, come back in?
Yeah.
All right, we almost had who did this? Freaking Justin messed with my setting. Dang it. I don't know. Justin messed with my setting. I might go 3 wide on this. I'm just gonna do this. I'm going this the rest of the way. I'm making an audible. What do we got? Brian Flores did not make adjustments, but he's going again against the Hall of Fame head coach. Good first half plan, second half game plan, no adjustments. I think he just, he should have. I think he should have laid off the blitz, and Mahomes beat us on it. That's the way I felt like the second half. But the fourth quarter was his, man. Flores had the fourth quarter, and it was good. It was good to see. We needed it when we did it. We had 3 stops, right? To end the game. 3 stops, right? To end the game.
At least 2.
At least 2. 3. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
or 2, at least 2. But 2 stops in the fourth quarter, that's pretty freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell us how we're going to the Super Bowl. The Mello Show. Mello.
What's up, man? What does it do? Listen, I'm encouraged, dude. I'm encouraged. I'm not even mad.
This team.
I'm not even mad, yo. Y'all mad?
Hey, we thought we were gonna lose, right? I don't think anybody predicted a win.
I mean, yeah, right. Okay.
I thought we would have had a shot. I picked a 3-point win or loss, and I don't feel like I was off, But especially, and we talked about this earlier.
I mean, you were off still, like the score.
I wouldn't think I was too off. You know what I'm saying? Because it was that close. We kick a field goal. I'm like within 1 point. So, but we can't because we got to go for a TD, right? So technically, I was pretty close. But we spot them 7, and then we drop almost a possible touchdown to end the game. At our second to last drive. So it's like that's 14 points. You know what I'm saying? Killing me.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at our defense.
I love
because
you,
I'm
in love with you. You're my man crush.
Honestly, I'm not mad at it. Like I'm salty. Don't get it twisted. Like it's a loss is a loss. I'm not feeling good about none of it.
Oh, me
you feel
either,
me?
Right?
But to be on a logical standpoint, I'm sitting there like what I'm looking at I'm like, whoa, we do look way better. What from even though we're not winning those games, right? But we look a lot better on defense, dude. Like I trust.
Yeah,
I
we
start,
do. We've
our
improved.
offensive line looks, oh my god, 10 times better than it did in the beginning of the season and definitely last year, bro. Like, I mean, Kurt took some shots, but they had to come from a DB help to get those shots. It wasn't necessarily, and you're talking about trying to contain.
We were
T.
talking about
Jones.
that earlier. The hits came off of us not like moving, shifting
No, they're
the
just
line.
they're just
But
good.
then there was
they're
free
professionals.
guy.
They're
one time Kirk
professionals.
Well, there was one where Kirk got just he was in play action and the guy came off the edge, but it was a situation that Josh Oliver went on the route and didn't even, and he could have stayed in to block. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's like a play we can say, hey, that guy's coming, check for him. Don't go run your route until you know that guy's not coming. You know what I'm saying? Because it's play action.
It depends if it's an option.
But it's play action, you know what I'm saying?
It's designed a certain way, you know what I'm saying? If it's not an option, now if it's a player an option in order to either run and then release, then I can understand, like, bro, you got to get on that. But
here's what I'm saying. It's play action and your tight end doesn't even look to block. He just goes into a route. You see what I'm saying?
But if it's designed for him to go into that route, and if it's not a option where as a
defender,
because he can bust up that whole play if he could have, in a Kelsey situation, it's up to Kelsey necessarily to have that freedom to, in those usual situations. But if you're not motioning,
Johnny's under the weather today, by the way. Sorry.
He looks, man. He's sitting there like a turtle, bro. In his shell.
This is what I'm talking about. I played outside linebacker a little bit.
Okay, so you understand.
Okay, play action.
Mm-hmm.
I see that tight end not even look to block and go out on a route. I'm like, boom, beeline into that guy because he's not looking.
Very true.
And if they do hand it off, I just run blitzed. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Now the question is also,
but that's one play.
There's a question is that, was there any adjustments at the line from a quarterback standpoint?
That's what I'm saying. That could have been something Kirk could have did, right? But
well, yeah, like, so if he changed the play, which I don't know exactly if he did, but he was canning a lot of plays. Obviously that's what you do as a professional.
Change plays, yeah.
So if he's changing that play into a play action design, and
I don't know if he did that one.
It was supposed to be a handoff necessarily, and then maybe it was supposed to be a handoff, and he audibled that because he saw coverage in the situation.
And it could be a bad play design too, because you're running play action and your tight end just sprints off the line. It's not running the ball. Or
if it's Josh Oliver, and 9 times out of 10 he knows Oliver. He's there. He knows why he's there in Minnesota to for the main reason, to block, right? And I don't really see him letting some coverages is going to be blown. I mean, some blocks are going to be blown up, but I don't really see him just kind of like being inexperienced and letting that block go.
And then there's another thing. If you're a player, offensive player, and you see a guy blitz. You break off your route. I mean, that's one of those things where Josh Oliver, he sees a guy blitz, he just needs to turn around and catch and be there for a dump off. But anyways, he got hit way before he could have turned around. So that wasn't going to happen.
Bro, it was fast. It was fast. But our line looked a lot better. We knew this stretch was going to happen. We understood, but I'm very confident, not necessarily in playoff chances. I'm not going to go down that road, but I'm very confident in the team that I'm looking at, bro. Listen, Kurt stands, whatever. I'm a pre-stand for Kurt. I can admit it. I'm a pre-stand, and when I look at,
let me tell Johnny, pre-stand means he was a fan before he became an NFL player.
Excuse me.
You were a fan of him before he became an NFL player back when he was at Michigan State. You respected him because of the big...
I respected him, right? Because I'm Ohio State Buckeye, so he came from Michigan State, and it was like
you weren't like a fan.
Yeah, let's calm down with that, sir. People thinking I'm talking about that team up north for real.
He caused some trouble in the Big Ten,
But seriously, when you think about it, like, they were ruling out his stats, and he was like only to trail Patrick Mahomes and the completions and yards and Minnesota fans, we like, oh yeah, that's all good. What are you actually doing? I'm like, bro, who are we? Who are we to have those type of expectations? We have never had anything close to that except for our great grandfathers. And so in this generation, it's like saying, yo, dude, hey, you should be like JFK. Like, bro, no, you shouldn't be like JFK, bro. We have no expectation. We weren't born in that time, bro. We were born in Obama's time, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's the same type of expectations. Like, I'm looking at this dude, I'm like, bro, Kurt had a solid game, 284, 2 touchdowns, no picks. What did Patrick had? 3 less yards, 281.
Couple fucking touchdowns. Balls. One actually got caught. Johnny, like, he made a point. There was a graphic during the game that he was second, third, and second, or something like that, in yards, touchdowns, and I don't know, it was completions or whatever, since 2018, and the only guy who was behind and like touchdowns was like Mahomes. So is it the old, Kirk's a stat stuffer, or that's a big body of work?
Bro, he wasn't even a stat stuffer at one time. Go ahead.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna ask Johnny what he thinks, because I know what you think. I want to know what Johnny thinks. Is it Kirk the stat
Johnny,
stuffer?
Give us some juicy.
Or is it that body of work kind of tells you like, hey, I can't argue with that. That's like crazy.
No, man, Kirk's good. And he's had good weapons since then, and he doesn't miss a fucking game.
Yeah.
I'll
take that.
That's a big part of it. That durability is a big part of it. Availability is a big part of it, but he's consistent. He doesn't miss games, and he's had some of the better weapons in the league. So, that's just a recipe for pretty good numbers. I mean, I'm sure there's better quarterbacks out there that maybe have missed some time or got into the league since then and haven't played all those seasons. That it's not just a definitive, well, he's the second best quarterback in the league, but you don't get there without being a damn good quarterback and having some damn good weapons like he has. But I think a lot of it has to do with his durability and how consistent.
Shout out to James Davis. Their tackles were off. Their tackles were jumping. Their tackles were jumping, right? And they weren't calling it late in the game. Remember, there was a game where they weren't calling the penalties on the Chiefs. There was late in the game with our game that these guys were jumping. And then there was one where the tackle actually tackled, and the right tackle actually
74.
I forget who, Taylor tackled our dude, and they didn't call it. I mean,
bro,
I don't know.
He's always jumping because he has this.
He's terrible,
foot.
And that was one of my game plan things I talked about. Actually, I did a preview just for my members. I didn't do one for the whole show. It was just, this is my thoughts of the game. I thought I was going to be able to do a preview today, but I was out entertaining the family, so I never did one. But I did one for my members, and I said that, hey, we need to come after Taylor, and that guy tackled the dude, and they didn't call it. But Kurt is a loser, and why are you guys desperate? Kurt, I don't know.
Wow.
Two people to hope.
He's just quarterback. This is our quarterback.
Right?
If we are Vikings fans,
this is Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm Dave. Nice to meet you. Yeah, we're not desperate to argue to defend Kirk because there was nothing to defend. He played awesome.
284, 2 touchdowns. Okay.
How many drops? Oh my God.
It's our quarterback. It's the Minnesota. What's up?
So that's why I'm pissed. Is the drops?
Yeah.
I feel good about hanging tough with KC. I feel good about a 1-score game against KC. I feel good about having a chance to come back and win it down the stretch. The couple of stops the defense got in the fourth quarter, awesome. But if you take all that and then you look at how many drops there were, particularly in crucial moments, Josh Oliver dropped what might have been a touchdown. Madison dropped what might have been a touchdown.
TJ dropped a couple of first downs.
TJ dropped multiple.
JJ had a rare drop.
JJ coming off getting held, it looked like to me.
Bro, every single time by
but
go ahead, John.
But he didn't catch it like this. He did this. He tried to basket catch it.
Mm-hmm.
And come on, you're better than that,
It feels like more of a. It feels like a mentality thing or a mental toughness thing. Because the talent's there. This team just seems fucking soft. They're soft.
I'm not lying. I'm not. Yeah.
And that,
like
annoying.
our receivers, you're not catching the ball. We're soft. You know what I'm saying? Because I think our offensive line.
KJ soft. We saw that Tampa Bay. We saw that. I believe in the Chargers. Oh no, he might have.
He did catch a couple, but he almost dropped another one. You know.
But hey, man, Addison, can we?
Jesus, sign him up. He's the real deal.
Probably the only guy who got
Randy Moss and Chris Carter 2.0. Randy Moss and Chris Carter 2.0. Randy Moss, I said it. Addison and Justin Jefferson is Randy Moss and Chris Carter. Christopher Carter right there. 2.0, sir. And I said the Mellow Show said
should I subscribe to One Bar and Leffigus Show? Hey, they shouted me out today.
Of course,
I showed up.
Bro, listen,
I'm here to support you, man.
Bro, you got to listen. I mean, this is where we met. We met on the One Bar and Leffigus Show, bro. It's a family. You know what I'm saying?
You did? How did I meet you?
Like, I think you were either in chat or something, or you had commented or something like that.
It was a tweet, I think. I don't know. We met on Twitter, right? I had no idea you had any affiliation with the Leffigus Show until we talked. I had no idea.
Oh my god!
Because I didn't see you on the Leffigus Show.
You didn't.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I didn't see you.
No, it's okay.
I now see you because
I give you grace right now, bro. It's totally okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's totally okay.
But it's because I got so many jobs and I'm doing my own shows.
I mean,
but now I'm
got a little salt and pepper
out.
now, so I can understand. I can understand.
I'm checking out other shows, man. I'm sorry I didn't find the gold, the Mellow Show in the traditional sense. But honestly, I probably see you on the One Bar and Leffigus. I probably don't reach out to you because I'm like, this guy's big time. He's the One Bar Leffigus.
No, man.
So the way we met, I think, was just us talking on Twitter. I think somehow.
Yeah, I mean, Justin was really like the first person outside of One Bar and Leffigus from the
because he's in their chat like consistently.
Yeah, so he's the first person I reached out on Twitter too. So I felt like essentially this all was destiny, man. It's fate, dude. Now Johnny
here's
NFL, the bite size. I don't know what that is. Is that
here's how it happened? I got it.
What?
I got it. You followed me.
Of course.
And
bro.
I sent out
I'm
a message.
Real one, man.
Thank you for following me. You can subscribe to me on YouTube and help Skull Brother reach 3,000 subs.
Oh, so
you're like absolutely 100. Go Skull, follow on now.
You hit me with
That's
the promo.
How we met, man.
You hit me with the promo, Brody.
I'm marketing. I marketed you.
Hey, bro, you got me. You reeled me in. I
was like, he's a big one. He's a big one. No, that's funny, man. I don't know what's Swerve saying here. Shout out to Swerve. 2 years old hope you got to log off for 10 minutes or 10 tonight. Okay, because of the negativity. I got it.
Oh yeah, and then Johnny has to go, right?
I'll probably jump off a little earlier.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
The show
Mel, you want to stick on, talk a little bit, or not?
Yeah, what time is it?
Easterners. It's 8:16.
Bro, I
8:16 Eastern.
Now I know you're Eastern.
He thought it was in Central. I thought he was in Central.
Yeah.
Neither of you are?
Nah, man. We're
Columbus,
both in Ohio.
Eastern, but he's in Ohio. We're sitting here talking to each other, both thinking we're in Central. I think he's in Central. He's thinking I'm in Central.
Yeah,
man, I'm in Florida.
I was giving him CST times, CD times or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But CST times, I don't want to go down that road. All right, Johnny, man, my bad, dude. I'll be rambling, dude.
You're good.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
What do we got? 6-shooter. The 3 timeouts was from a headset malfunction. They couldn't get a play in on time. All right. I don't know.
What did 6-shooter say?
He said that the 3 timeouts came from a headset malfunction. Using the third was a play call challenge that was never going to get overturned. Yeah.
Thank you, man, because that's the real. That's not delirious talk that he's talking about. Those are the real things that actually happen in the game to affect the outcome of the game. This does, right? And no matter who fault this is, it could be refs' fault, it could be some malfunction. Bro, they came out, even the refs came out on some mess, but we ain't gotta talk about it. I'll digress.
So you thought our defense is getting steadily better. we knew this was going to be like this, right? With the defense, we were going to take chances. We're going to get burned a little bit. If we don't, if we don't spot them 7 or drop balls, we're right there. We're right there to win.
Yeah.
We controlled that. We turned that half around, right? We went up on them, right? We got them going, oh my God, we got to fight here. And then let's start the second half. We give up a long first down. It's like, come on, guys, come on. But hey, the defense is looking better. Offensive line's playing pretty solid. Our running game was pretty non-existent today, but Kirk was dealing. Addison was probably the player of the game if we win.
We did a hell of a job across the board, bro. There was some simple mistakes, but I swear to goodness, bro, I feel so much more confident in the team because they're making decisive decisions. I can see on the defense, the offense, the line is working together, dude. I'm like, I'm sitting there like, yo, we lost, but we didn't go down by 22 and then try to come back.
It came back. We almost came back from 14 down in the fourth quarter, right?
Well, we were close.
Yeah, because we scored our last touchdown in the fourth quarter. So we almost came back 14 down in the fourth quarter, and it's like, and you felt like
that's our MO.
I felt confident, man. I felt we had the ball. I was confident.
When JJ went out, I was hurt.
Yeah. Even with JJ out, we still fought, right? We scored that last touchdown without JJ.
But I wasn't scared because I was like, yo, I've seen Jordan Addison and I know Kirk Cousins literally has faith in it because I could see that young kid catch the ball. He catches the ball so strong and he's so decisive with his footwork. He's always there. He don't drop the ball, bro. Okay. This is why he's the number 2 and why KJ Osborne got booted to the number 3 receiver is because of these tendencies and these attributes that Jordan Addison displays, in my personal subjective opinion.
It's almost like on an offense going in, let's say, shit, who knows? Maybe the season's lost, pessimist. Season's lost. Let's go on. I want to see these guys play together again, and with a fresh start, and knowing that how bad we played that this next year you almost want to see the band back together.
Yeah.
And not turn it over to Jaron Hall. It's like, what if we don't get a guy in the draft, that we want? Maybe we don't make it happen. Maybe we take the wrong guy. It's almost like, God, I want to see this season start over. I want it over. I want to turn back the clock, man.
I mean, I want to get past it. I mean, like I understand what you mean, but I want to get past this. Even like I would, if that pertains to Kurt, I want him to stay, obviously, but even if he doesn't stay, I want to get past this whole like
negativity
negativity because there is no excuse.
I want the next guy, and I want him to be real. But God, I want to see these guys play.
I don't want the next guy yet. I mean, I don't see nobody coming in playing better than this guy that we have a quarterback in the next 2 years.
The whole point people have is that, hey, they can put more people around him and we'll be better. But God, don't you want to see this offense?
Can you put the number 1 receiver and Jordan Addison, which is a top first round pick at number 7?
I want to see it together. I want to see it more than 1 year together. It's like
for sure.
He has such. Kirk and Addison are on the same wavelength. You can tell.
Yeah.
Even maybe more so than JJ.
Addison plays old school. Was he at Penn State before? Where was he at before?
No, he was at Pittsburgh.
Close. Okay.
Penn State, Pittsburgh.
Got you.
Same state.
Yeah. So true. Need a little history lesson. Geographics. But no, to be completely honest, man, Jordan Addison has old school tendencies. He runs routes in an old school way. He runs them hard, deep dig routes, and then he plants, comes back. He has strong hands. Justin Jefferson does the same thing, but he's a lot smoother with his. Like, he's subtle. I mean, TJ Hawkinson dropped a lot of footballs, but I'm not mad at him because at the same time, this is his second year understanding this offense. It's his what? What's his? How many years has he been in the league? Three. This is his third.
This would have been. This is his 5th year.
This is his 5th year
because we extended him this year. He was the end of his contract. He was a.
So we picked him up last year.
Picked him up last year in his 4th year. We extended him this year in his 5th. Yep. He's only like 26. He's a young dude. 25.
He just got playing time in Detroit last year, right?
No, he's been playing. He'd been playing.
Like solid minutes from his career. Start off, jump.
Yeah, he got a lot of playing time.
Okay.
And he was like he had like a 175-yard game earlier in the year last year with the Lions.
Yeah, I remember that. This is why I love the
just
trade.
Broke the internet for a while.
Yeah. I think
also
Tuel
Hope. I know we're triggering you, man, but hey, we can talk about anything.
I'm talking
about moving on to a new guy, but God, I want to see this. I want to see this offense clicking. I want to see this offense clicking. I mean, it's just talk, man. It's not the end of the world. Let's go. 6-shooter. If you complain to the refs, you get a flag, you get fined, you get a penalty. That Addison pass interference, they pick up the flag after throwing the flag. Fish, because it was similar last week against the Jets, right? They call it on the Jets, and it was a pick. They throw the flag after the pick, right? It's like, okay, they throw the flag on the play. Oh, let's pick it up because oh my gosh, that now is help the KC. I mean, the conspiracy theorists are out, man, on these guys. And then sure enough, it bites us in the ass. And I know people were talking about it before the game. People were talking about it like, hey, we got to fight we look what they did to the Jets. Well, look what the refs did to the Jets. And now it's like, okay, it's going to, sure enough, happens to us at the end of the game.
Yeah.
The most crucial part of the game. And the fact that they didn't call a penalty on taking your helmet off. He literally is telling the guy, hey, your helmet, you got to put it back on. No, you're on the field of play. You take your helmet off. It's a penalty.
It is.
KOC's even saying, helmet. You got to refs, man.
Man, listen.
That's suspension, honestly.
Listen.
That should be a suspension.
Gotta be. Even New York didn't understand why. Even New York, when they had they're reviewing the play.
If you do that and you tell a player, hey, you just committed a penalty, but I won't call it if you put your helmet back on.
Wild. When you really think about that, that's really wild. It's a mug. Wow. Yo, it's a conspiracy, bro. It's bribery. It's
Hey, Tuel the Hope. I'm a Vikings fan.
You're a cousin
fan. You question my fanhood. I don't care. I've been a Viking fan
20
years longer than you, man.
I'm a Cousins fan, bro.
20 years longer than you. And guess what? Cousins wasn't the quarterback in 75, 78,
and
82, 83, 84. Were you born yet? Come on.
Man,
stop. You don't need to insult Vikings fans. We're all Vikings fans, Tuel Hope. We're all Vikings fans.
He said rap is right.
And Tuel the Hope posting crazy stuff when I post a picture of me and my dad, me wearing a Vikings jersey, just silly. I mean, that's me. That's just me sharing. That's just me sharing.
Oh
man. Be a fan. Let's go. like the Vikings,
snap.
like every player on the Vikings. All right. Just be a fan. Come on. I love you, but
I was salty about Dalvin Cook, so
I'll salt go Randy Moss. I'll salt,
right?
I miss Thielen. All right. My favorite player right now.
Thielen was dogging today, bro. I'm like,
my favorite player right now is Harrison Smith. It was Thielen. Is Harrison Smith. Thielen's gone. It's now Harrison Smith.
Let's
go. Dave, what's up, man? It's all part of the script.
My guy, the Loof.
Yeah, it's part of the script, man, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about now. Tuel Hope. Anyways, yeah, Dave, I don't know, man.
TJ Hawkinson.
I'm so done. TJ Hawkinson, I'm so done with. He'll be taking a cap hit. He's locked with his teams. No, so we have a way out later in his. But hey, we're paying a little too much for what he's doing.
Hey, who is that? Just commented 6-shooter.
Yeah. Oh, you want to see it? You not seeing it?
I no, like that's legit because purple and gold for days, Justin Day and I was talking about that. So 6-Shooter Nation Gaming, that was right on point. We were talking about it, not like in a bad, like just kind of discussing it openly, talking about how his contract is going to pan out by 2025 and 2026, the way it's going to pan out, and at the end of what we're going to take as a cap hit and how much money we're going to take as a cap hit, it's going to dwindle down at some point.
Yeah,
but still,
there's a like the last year of his contract is pretty. He took, even though the money was big, there was a way out towards the end. So yeah.
I like TJ though. I think that Josh Oliver and Jay Ollie, I like to call him, and also TJ should stay there because it gives a dual thing. It gives a dual threat. That Bill Belichick type offense with multiple tight ends, even 3 tight ends. Sometimes you see Andy Reid uses it with Gray and Travis Kelce, but they really use, just like Luke Braun was talking about. I was dissecting some things that Luke Braun from the Locked On Minnesota Sports was talking about in the play call and how they use Kelce. And as we use they use Kelce usually in twin packages in motion, and then they try to motion Kelce in the inside. And if he lines up on the outside of the guard, therefore we understand that that's usually going to be a hard sweep run play to the right, because that guard is going to pull all the way over to close to the tackle. And then also saying he dissected some of the play with using Kelce in a, like, how he motions up the field. And to be completely honest, a lot of times we use TJ Hawkinson in the same light. We motion him, we use him as a third receiver, and often in different packages. And Josh Oliver ends up taking that block that you were talking about that he should have held on a play action, and then he takes that block, and then he could release.
I don't think
that's
Kelce
what you're
just
saying.
Takes off. I think he's a smart player, But Tools to hope. Let's say we're 1-7 at the trade deadline, whatever, 2-6, whatever. You trade any of these guys?
So
Hunter's got a no trade clause.
First, Hunter, Davenport.
Hunter's got a no trade clause, but yeah.
Oh snap! That's a good question. Because listen, Davenport is playing for a contract, bro. He's playing for his life, and I like it. I like what I see from dude. Hunter is solid. He a fear monger. But how much we got for Hunter? How much we're in
him for 20, but
is that what's the duration of his contract left?
This is last year
with 20 mil.
Yeah, and we got dead money next year too.
What's DJ Wanham looking like over there though? Is he heavy?
I don't know. I think he might be a free agent too. No, DJ Wanham is no Danielle Hunter, right?
I know, but I'm saying, like, I get that, but I'm like, man, listen, Danielle's gonna want. We're talking about Nick Bosa. We're talking about some high contracts on the ends. We're talking about, you can put Michael Parsons if you want to, because he can just move around from linebacker to defensive end if he wanted to. You're talking about come on, man. You're talking about Cox. You're talking about a lot. You're talking about
you lose these 2 guys, we do not have elite pass rushers next year, right?
We don't, bro. We can't lose any of those too evil, too hope.
Right now it kind of looks like Davenport's on the way he's playing, kind of looks like we got him at a steal, but we've missed 4 games from him, right?
What's up with Scene?
3.
Is he first round?
Is he on the team? I don't know. I don't even want to talk about Lewis Scene right now. But here, so this was put out by Realistic Randy, and Too Evil to Hope has adopted it, that we should bench Kirk until he agrees to be traded. Knowing that NFL players, receivers are in KJ Osborne's in last year's contract, do you think a KJ Osborne is going to say, hey, give me the rookie because I'm in my last year of my contract? No, he's probably not. He wants to put good tape out there, right? Bro, what kind of message does benching your quarterback, who is killing it, honestly, statistically, and playing good except for 1 game, benching him just so you can get rid of him, so you can go get a draft pick or two.
Bro, this dude.
What kind of message does that send?
Listen, a message of a guy that's just chatting some crazy crap in our messages. He's wild, bro. This dude's wild. He doesn't watch football. He doesn't watch football.
We're trading Darrison O'Neal. I don't think so. Because we want that rookie quarterback that you want alive. That's why we're not trading Darrison O'Neal.
How old is Darrison? Hold on. I don't want to go past that yet. He might be on.
He's a completely normal dude in person. Completely normal dude in person.
Can we go back to that comment? How old is Darrison? And
Darrison is 24, maybe 23, 24.
He's way too young to trade.
Yeah, he's in the third year of his contract.
Yeah, he's still no. What's O'Neal like? How old is he?
What's that?
How old is O'Neal? If you have that.
Oh, he's like he's still young too. He was I want to say he was in his 5th year last year.
Yeah.
So he's like 26.
Let's keep that line, man. That's why I don't know about Ingram though. We could.
All right, so you're gonna keep your 2 bookend tackles that are top 10 offensive linemen. They don't freaking grow on trees. Those are our staples on our team right now. Are right, Justin Jefferson. I thought it was gonna be T.J. Hawkinson, but our staples are Darrison O'Neal and JJ, and now Addison. I think. Yeah. Right. And then Kirk's just older, so there's a time where we're going to be out. But
we need
you can throw him in there as a staple, or you can't, depending on the way you think about age. I don't care. I don't care. I will value your opinion if you think that way. I'll value your opinion if you think this way. But then, your staple could be also Danielle Hunter. But can you keep all these guys, right?
Listen, get rid of TJ. Can you put up 6-Shooter Nation's comment? Just the last one that
Johnny Munt.
I would rather have I would rather have Johnny Munt out there than TJ Hawkinson. You mean to tell me that all the money he's making, he can't catch the ball for half of the price? I'll take Johnny Munt. Listen,
Johnny Munt comes in there after TJ goes out.
6-Shooter, you are absolutely correct. Last year, I didn't understand why we went and got the extra. I mean, I loved it. I loved the getting the TJ, but I didn't know how much at first because I was obviously ignorant to the salary cap
trade TJ.
TJ. We get the off of TJ, get that salary cap, re-sign our freaking quarterback, and then go ahead and get and keep Johnny Munt, and then reseal maybe in and use some of that money for our defense.
That's the thing. We're 2-6, 1-7, whatever.
6-Shooter, you're a genius.
TJ gone. That might be the guy to go,
bro. We're 6-Shooter, bro. We gotta recommend him, man, to the Minnesota Vikings, bro. He needs to be making some decisions. That's
fuel to hope. There is a bubble on the internet. Yes, there is, and you're in that bubble with him. And me and this guy to my left. I don't know, left. On my screen, you're my right, but we're in the other bubble.
Yeah,
that honestly is more expansive.
Bro, listen, my favorite quarterback is Peyton Manning, so I'm in that bubble. I like that. Could tell you what type of players that I like. I like prototypical quarterbacks.
My favorite.
I like a 3-step drop back. I like the Brock Purdy's of the world.
Mine's Joe Montana.
I mean, right. That's what I'm saying. Like the Joe Montanas of the world.
Joe Montana. I loved me, Joe Montana, and even though we beat them in '87 and knocked them out of the game, we didn't knock them out. They benched. The Vikings got Joe Montana benched in the divisional round or the conference champ.
Say it ain't trouble.
Divisional round.
So it ain't.
It was crazy.
Yes, on paper when I see TJ Hawkinson goes like, Detroit give him up by watching him. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Detroit. I like what I see on the eye test. I love what I see. It's just way too much for right now because I believe that the intensity of this team is a little too intense because like we're trying to win now because we have the talent of young youth. And then we have a veteran quarterback that's going old on us, but we have some of his best golden years. And so we're trying to win now. Like we need to do this
right
now.
Kirk's not getting worse. He's actually gotten better the last 3 years.
He has actually. Statistically since 2018. That's what the
eye tests and everything. Our defense finally decent, and now we're turning the ball over. It's like,
dude, oh my God, bro. Hold on.
Our offensive line's playing better. We finally get a decent defense. Kirk's balling and returning the ball over.
Who fumbled in the first possession? I was screaming. I was cussing.
Josh Oliver.
Bro, we just did. Listen,
he's holding it like this.
Listen, shout out to
like this.
I did a show on the One Bar and Olympic show, and it was the Unsung Heroes. And guess what? Josh Oliver was one of our unsung heroes. And what does he do right after that, Dave? Go ahead and tell him what he does right after we have a show giving him the unsung hero. And you commented on Twitter and said that was a fire show.
What was in the chat? I was saying TJ Hawkinson and Pace. Pace nowhere to be seen, really. I don't think. I have to go back and look. And TJ dropping 3 balls. I totally I'm not gonna go with him anymore. I'm like, you got to prove it to me again, man. You got to prove it to me again.
I like TJ. I love TJ, but
yeah, he's the logo. Looks like our logo. We wanted him to do good. He had a better year last year.
He's still young. He's still young. He can still get this. I don't think he.
It's again. You said it earlier. It's a mindset. It's mentality. No, that's Johnny. I think said that mentality, or was it you? Mentality. It's a mentality. Yeah, I think it was Johnny. He said it was a mentality, and right now we don't have it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see Kirk balling on the sideline, or do you see him pulling his hair out? Do you see him yelling? No.
Listen, I don't think TJ should have been out there on that 3 with the 3M. You know the 3M, like the company or whatever, doing a little Minnesota golf thing with Jordan Hicks, because I believe TJ needed to be working that off season. He was not. I don't believe he was working to be a Travis Kelce. I don't believe he was working as hard, because he is better to me, bro. He's Travis Kelce, but look cooler.
It's like he got paid.
His hands are soft. I mean, his hands are weaker than Travis Kelce's, obviously. But I'm saying his route
obviously there was the play where we threw the challenge flag, didn't get it. We obviously saw how strong Kelce's hands are, but it's like he got paid and now he's trying to prove it. Now he's pressing probably. I don't know, but yeah, sure, those were tough catches, but he dropped the one in the last on a 3rd and I want to say it was I don't know, but he would have been a first down. He's getting held, mind you, in the last game against Carolina. But again, 3 and out because we run it twice. Then we have 3rd and like 6 or 7, and then he hits him on a square end, and he didn't even have his hands ready to catch it. Hits him in the gut. And then this time he's got his hands, but it's just bouncing off of him.
Yeah.
Freaking Rudolph catches those. Rudolph catches all of them. He's got hands of freaking just pillows. Two Evil Hope could be right. I think our offensive line's playing better, right? We played 2 really good defensive lines in the first 2 games, and then we looked bad, but now we're playing better. And again, when we go against a team like that, we gotta be better. And they played pretty decent against Philly. Now our defensive line's non-existent with the 3 interior guys, but when you put Davenport and Danielle Hunter in there, it's good. It's better.
Yeah, it's actually really good, bro. This is all brand new. This is a brand new, not you, sir. I'm just going out in the world like with my rants, right? Like Stephen A. Smith. It's a brand new world. Listen, it's a whole new world, guys. It's KLC. He's a 2nd-year coach ever, and then Brian Flores goes from a head coach to a defensive coordinator to whatever, and now he's our brand new defensive coordinator. We have a Davenport that's never worked with them. We have a brand new. You got Harrison Smith that's like probably going out. Like all this is brand new on offense and defense, and I think that we're doing a hell of a job for a brand new situation, right? We're just not trying
to be in front of the jugs machine. TJ needs to be in front of the jugs machine. 100 balls a day
on his craft.
100 balls a day.
He got out there and used God's gifted talent. 6-shooter nation.
Talented. I like this dude. He's good. He knows his shit.
He's pretty logical.
Kyle Rudolph was faster
than TJ. Are you?
If he was faster, okay. I was saying how Rudolph would have caught those. But yeah, he was faster.
Rudolph catching everything, bro.
That freaking Rudolph tore his hamstring off the bone in college, so that probably had something to do with it.
Yeah, he was pretty slow. I played Madden with him. He was like an 82 speed, between 84 and 82. And
he had mitts on him, right?
He might have been actually at like 80, bro. Like his speed is in the 80s. It's like,
hey, for you guys, make sure you're following the Mellow Show. It's when you gonna put out more content?
Listen,
I love the quality of it.
Yeah, like I what I want to do is I have podcasts.
Trying to be too perfect.
No, I audio podcasts. I have audio podcasts on Spotify.
Okay.
Which is the Mellow Show as well. That's where I'm focusing on mainly, and then also the shows on One Bar and Lubbock is the Mellow Minute, and then also
which are the shit,
stuff.
by the way. Thank you for anytime you're on, make sure you share it with me because I don't catch everything, but I'm trying to be better, and when they go live, when you tell me, keep me apprised when they go live, I'll jump on the chat.
Listen, I'm trying to learn when they go live every time because they are killing it, bro. They are like not 5 days a week, 3 times a day.
They weren't always doing that either. They weren't always doing that. When I first saw them, they had 3,000 subscribers before last year. They're over. They're going to hit 10 now.
About 10. They're close to 10.
And that's
so everybody subscribe to them.
I'm
Let's
at
get
right
them
now.
10.
Right. I'm gonna get to 3. I know I'm gonna get to 3. And then I'm like, I want to be where Lubbock and One Bar and Lubbock are next year. But and all right, let's. I want to see more of their stuff and. I see it after the fact, but I want to be when it's live, and I want to know when you're on for sure.
For sure, bro. For sure, always. Man, if he was faster
I'll
with his hands.
And I'll put it in the chat too. I'll put it in my community page. Whenever you're on, you share it with me. I'll go put it in the community page. Make sure people are watching.
For sure, man. For sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We support you.
You're
in the house.
Minnesota.
Pass my ass up for sure.
Talk.
I'm already following you, Mellow. Yeah, of course you are.
My guys, Six Shooter Nation Gaming, you are the winner, bro. You the stud of the week.
And he's the Mellow Show on Twitter too, right? At the Mellow Show.
The Mellow Show, everything. The Mellow Show on the air on YouTube. The Mellow Show on Facebook. Everything. The Mellow Show. Yes, 1L. No W.
Yeah, and I that's what I was going with it. I was looking for you. And I was spelling the W, and I'm like, hold it, I'm not finding him. What the hell? Oh, right. M-yellow.
Yeah, mellow. Right. Like Carmelo, but just take the car out.
So if everybody's listening, you're showing up on Tuesday, right? Where I'm gonna work on the show tomorrow.
Tuesday, man. Absolutely. I'm showing up on Tuesday. What you mean?
So I'm gonna put a show together. I'm like, hey, I want you on Tuesdays. That's I think will work. That'll work. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, Tasty Tuesdays with the Minnesota.
And of course, as much time as you can give me, but I will not force you, or I can't. You're a grown ass adult. Yeah, but I'm not gonna guilt you into anything.
It's like, dang, bro.
Dude, you haven't been on my channel.
You about to come at my house and just check me?
Come on, man. You haven't been on my show in a while. Let's go. No, but hey, I think you're helping me get better, and that's what I love about you. That we got on and we talked for 2 hours yesterday, and nobody's watching. Right? We're talking about 2 hours. We're talking about Vikings. We're talking about.
Unlike TJ, we're working on our craft. Unlike TJ Hawkinson's, we're working on our craft.
We're working hard on our
Shout out to Six Game. Six Shooter.
Let's go. And Six Shooter's making us better. And Fuel the Hope is, I don't know what Fuel the Hope is doing for us, but it's something.
Content for people who understand the future of this team. With the Mellow Shooters anti. No, sir. I am not about to do anything anti-Cousins because why? He's a top 10 quarterback.
And the biggest YouTube guys, a Cousins fan, the biggest Twitter personalities are positive Cousins supporters. Bro. There is a whole life out there. Open it up. There's a whole life out there,
bro. He's your typical schoolboy, so that's why they don't like Kurt, because he's just an average Joe.
We could have followed. We could have folded. We didn't, man.
We didn't.
There's nothing he could say. Oh, because he didn't work on Tuesday this week.
We had 2 better quarterbacks than Kurt, maybe 3. Name them
right now. Yeah,
ever. We had Kramer.
Ever. Oh, you're talking about the team, yeah.
2 better quarterbacks than Kurt ever.
So.
Maybe 3 if you add Dante.
Far. There's a limit.
We
1 year
for 2 years, bro.
2 years of Moon. You know,
No,
you could say
you can't say that because he's not a Viking for multiple years.
I know.
And he's a Green Bay Packers. Come on, Dave. Don't do this to us.
I'm being
Don't you
devil's
do
advocate.
this.
I'm being
I love
devil's
Brett,
advocate.
but
I
he's
got Justin
he's the
coming
ops.
through me here. I got Justin coming through me here. I'm playing devil's advocate
he's
for
the
you.
Ops. Brett
You know, what?
Brett is the ops in our division.
There's been, what am I thinking of? Brad Johnson was pretty good.
Give me Case Keenum.
Brad Johnson, I'm gonna rank there. For me, I rank Brad Johnson in our top 5 because he has a great winning percentage. You could argue Wade Wilson, great winning percentage.
Man.
I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying I'm naming some dudes that you have no idea who they are because you weren't born yet.
We needed some context out of here. We just need to unpack. My bad.
There's Wade Wilson, great, and Brad Johnson, both great winning percentages with the Vikings and played a few years for us. And Brad Johnson's got a Super Bowl. So with Tampa. And Wade Wilson, he played for other teams, but the 87 season, he blew up that playoff run, man. He was awesome. So that was Tommy Kramer. We went through 3 quarterbacks that year. We went in the playoffs 8-7, knocked off the 2 best teams in the NFC, and then lost to the freaking Redskins 14-7, and we dropped the ball in the end zone or at the goal line. So, God dang it. But Wade Wilson led that.
Normal Vikings.
Pretty good deal.
The normal Vikings life before I was born is the same normal Vikings as the 32. We do stuff like that all the time. The 80s. All right. And another thing, I think KLC need to give. What did he say?
Thank you. What did you say? Another thing, KOC needs to give up play calling to Wes Phillips.
No. KLC has KLC has amazing play calls for a second-year coach. And also another thing. Hold on,
I'm going to be a couple of times I'll complain, but
that's
he was
fine.
Pretty good
it's second-year coach. He's a young buck. He's just as young as everybody else. But shit, he got his 13-4 last year. Stop playing because of the play call that he opens up for Justin Jefferson not to stay in the same position. There's only certain coaches that do that. Let's just say the San Francisco 49ers head coach, the Los Angeles Rams head coach. You see, they have the same type of motion players. Deebo Samuels of the world, Ayuk of the world, Justin Jeffersons of the world, Cooper Kupp, just like you see he had over 100 yards coming off an injury. These type of coaches that come from that type of system will therefore develop. They said the same thing about the LA Rams head coach. Guess what? He won a Super Bowl. What is Matt Stafford? The same thing as Kirk Cousins. Matt Stafford and Kirk Cousins are the same player. You damn near get the same thing, except Matt Stafford might have a little bit mobility when he was younger.
Throws a lot more fucking balls than Kirk, but yeah.
Yeah, but shit, I'm scared when Kirk throws some fucking balls, bro. You see a couple he threw today. I was like,
what was I gonna say?
Don't prove the two evil right. Don't prove two evil right.
What was I gonna say about you're talking about those coaches, but yeah, KOC can. He did good today. I think for the most part he did good today. He even tried to call
the ref out with the whole head. We saw it on national TV. Yeah. A little young coach is saying, bro, if that call right there,
I would have to know more about the timeouts, what was going on in those plays. But
that timeout situation, I have no idea what happened.
Going for it on 4th and 2, but he did go for it. It was just so there was some ballsy plays today. He went for 4th down twice. More than twice.
A fake punt sweep to Chandler, and I have
Ty Chandler needs the ball.
Huh?
Ty Chandler needs the ball.
And I put as KOC, that was a genius play, bro. Listen, not even just like some trick play at the end of the game where you have to do something. No, he did this in the beginning to set, because he acted mad, like he was pissed off, like, oh my God. And then he boom.
And that whole sweep, bro.
He won the Oscar. Listen, he won the freaking Oscar, bro.
So that was a great. The cool thing about that is they weren't gonna come.
That's why
they didn't come. They weren't coming after the block, right? So we ran a misdirection. So we got them looking this way. We ran this way because on that play does not work if we just run the ball to the one side. It worked because we misdirected the play So it's very good play called. Yeah. Very good play design.
Hey, that's a
fair territory.
Fair point. 6-shooter as well. 6-shooter Nation said it's his second year in the league pretty much, and if it was a more experienced coach, they would understand kind of like the situation and the right from wrong, possibly, but he doesn't necessarily know, and we don't know either because it's only second year. So that's a fair point. I can, I won't argue it. So I can digress. I can see where you're coming from, 6-shooter.
Yeah, Lions fans were constantly ripping on us for taking TJ. Maybe we're finding out what they were talking about, but
it's the money, bro.
Nice to have you on, William.
It's the money.
Roger Crosby's in the house. You sound like a hockey player.
Vikings did good today.
You sound like you sing baritone, or your name sounds like you're either a baritone singer or a hockey player.
Or thanks
for coming, Roger Crosby.
Or he could be Crosby from the Raiders, the defensive end, Crosby's cousin.
Or he can be cousins to a great NFL player.
Yeah.
KOC did win an Oscar, Mello. Somebody know he's a nice guy. I hope you all didn't take him serious when he was trying to act tough and he was going to bench some people. Honestly, I was proud of him that he did that. Like some of the greatest coaches actually motivate their players through the press. He did it subtly. I don't know how you feel about this, but you can react. He did it subtly.
Yeah.
And Kwesi actually was involved because he went and got 2 guys.
Yeah.
And like, you guys are fumbling, I'm bringing this guy in. You guys aren't blocking, I'm bringing this guy in. And they played better since. So even though we both probably, or a lot of people agree that Cam Akers should get more carries and Dalton Reiser should be starting, but it did make the team better. And I feel like that happened.
Maybe maybe Reisner should be starting, but there's something they know that we don't know. Obviously, there's something that they see in every day through the background of actually seeing him play. Every
this guy
day
can't run block to save his life.
Save his life, bro. And so it's like, so we can't really down him.
I'll take the pass blocking.
Yeah.
But I really got to go back and look at the video. I'm gonna be all over Ed Ingram's tape. To see if he improved.
6-shooters.
I want Ed Ingram to turn it all around and be a stud. I want him to.
Did he do bad today? He did okay.
I don't know. He doesn't jump out to me. But I go back and look at every
jump out
play.
When he does a crap job.
Yeah, but he's losing ball. That's why I brought those guys and not even playing those guys. So yeah, it might be Oscar-worthy moment.
Yeah.
But it did motivate them. So in a sense, it worked a little bit. And the fact that he's even talking about Brandel playing today.
I'm so sick that we're 1 in freaking 4?
I'm like, hey, Schlottman's won this. I'm thinking Schlottman's won the center job. We can't rely on Bradbury to stay in the game. Schlottman.
Did he get? I turned the game off.
We lost Bradbury in the second half.
Oh, it's a wrap, bro.
And that's the thing.
Schlottman.
We didn't miss him. You know what I'm saying?
I did like how the offensive line looked though. Even with Bradbury in the beginning, I still liked it the way.
Okay, there's trade-offs for me. I say Bradbury's a little, seasoned player, knows the calls, all that, gets to the second level quicker and run plays. But you got Schlottman who's bigger.
The crazy thing you say that's another unsung hero that we had on the list at the One Bar Olympic show is Schlottman. And I didn't even know who he was. One bar had to say it.
I've seen their shit, and they agree exactly with me. And I agree exactly with them on Schlottman. Crazy.
Schlottman.
I agree with One Bar and Lupagus more than
most
myself.
Shut up.
I talk to myself a lot. But yeah, Schlottman, unsung hero. Addison's
that's
unsung
a fire
hero.
Jersey, Dave.
What?
That's a fire jersey.
You know what I got?
Dave.
I got this from a Florida State fan because he got a jersey he gets the jerseys for all these Florida State guys. And Randy Moss was registered as a Florida State player, and he goes and buys this jersey. And then Randy Moss gets, in 2010, we trade for him. Mm-hmm. And my buddy goes, he wore this jersey to work one day, and he goes, and I'm like, damn, that's an awesome jersey. And he goes, I'll sell it to you. So I paid $50, took it off his back.
I'm gonna need that.
I've had it ever since.
I'm gonna need that, big dog. Let me get that. That's what I would have said to him.
It's really
man, that's
thin,
a nice
though.
look. Yeah,
It's a cheap, but yeah. But that's why he got it, because he was a Florida State fan, and Randy Moss was.
It's a starter jersey.
Oh yeah, that too. Course. That's something you don't see.
Bro, that's a classic. That's a classic.
I want a starter jacket. I wish they'd start making jackets again.
Bro, I go to the thrift stores. to get my starter jackets and stuff like that. Nah, I don't know about Florida. I'm in Ohio. We got good thrift stores, and it's different type of people.
I see some
it's
people.
It's not as homeless. Like it's not as like Florida got a lot of like bug, stuff going down there because y'all got exotic bugs, bro. I don't know what's going on in Florida. You got exotic spiders.
I like me some Ziggy. I like me some Wilfs. I like our owners, and they put a really good franchise together.
We're such. What the hell?
Yeah, Suit man. What's with the drop passes, man? It's killing us. I know it's killing you. If it's not fumbles now, it's drop passes. It's like, oh my god.
But me personally,
it solves that. Addison in every play. Addison in every play.
If they promote Brian Flores as head coach, bro. No. I don't need another.
We saw what
I don't need another Zimmerman. I don't need another defensive-minded coach because guess what?
Well,
they waste our offensive talent, and that's where the NFL and the league is going. Go ahead, Dave. My bad.
He wanted to get rid of Tua. He wanted Tua gone. He wanted to replace him. He wanted to go after
he's tripping.
The massage therapist in chief.
Maybe 200 yards.
And he went to Cleveland for $50 million or $40 million. I don't know what he went for, but he wanted to get rid of Tua. So I'm not going to have him as my head coach because Tua is like the shit as a, when he's healthy.
Coach for? Who did he coach for?
That's why I'm saying keep him as D coordinator because you don't want him picking our next quarterback. That's what I'm saying.
Very true. Very true. Who did he coach for? Brian Flores. Like as far as head
Miami.
Coach?
He was the head. Well, defense. So he came from Belichick. He was a Patriots. He won the Super Bowl. Gets the job. He was the D coordinator, but not in name because he was the play caller. There's people starting to come in. Hey, shout out some people. Sarah. Yeah, we ain't got a dog at QB. Okay. Yeah.
What? Hold on. Whoever said that, guess who had a better game? Patrick Mahomes against a worse defense. Patrick Mahomes or Kurt Daniel Cousins. Who had a better game? They knew what the game was about. Quarterbacks, the series, the TV series. Yeah. We all knew that led up. Who has a better defense? Not the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, but all of a sudden today we have a better defense. Played
bad, right? Mahomes played pretty good.
No,
right?
I'm saying he played good, and so did Kurt. And how can we even talk about Kurt? Let's leave Kurt alone. He's a good quarterback, a top 10 regular season quarterback. Leave his ass alone on the damn trophy case. Cool, without a trophy.
Sarah, I got my enforcer here. He's a bit.
Leave Kurt alone, bro. Let's talk about something else, bro. We see the stats. Let the numbers prove itself. Enough said. Even the announcer said number two. Only to trail Patrick Mahomes in the last since 2018. Stop it, bro. You're not even looking at the stats. You're not looking at stats. You're not looking at numbers. You're looking at emotion. Let's move on. Caleb Williams to the Vikings.
I think so. I'm going to address this. They don't flip out on me. Don't flip out on me on this one.
My bad.
But there is a thought out there. Yeah, we're not getting to the number one spot. Williams, but there is a chance. That Caleb Williams won't play for the number one spot. If it's the Bears, if it's the Cardinals,
hell no.
Now the Texans are playing better, right? So there's a chance that those three, those teams, he won't play for that. That it would be like the Eli Manning situation, right? It might be a situation like that where a team can move up and then get a trade, sign and trade or something with a Caleb Williams. I don't think we can get up there.
We're not.
I think we're going to win some more games this year because our back half of this season is weak. It's really weak. It's almost like we don't have to try to get a win in some of those games. But yeah, it's a more possibility because there is talk that Caleb Williams would go back in the draft because of NIL. He'll make more money in NLI deals than he will as a rookie in the NFL right now. So he has that ability to go still make money.
What
have an insurance policy, and And Lords of London, he can have an insurance policy if he gets hurt. He'll still get paid. He'll still have the NLI deal. Likeness, I forget, NIL deal with the in the college. So he could go back to college. That is a avenue that hasn't been.
But if he gets hurt in college, his stock drops tremendously.
Well, but Lords of London, you know what that is? That's the insurance for like big things like this. Like, hey, I'm going to pay $100,000 for a insurance policy. And if I get hurt and can't play in the NFL, you're going to pay me $20 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
cool. I mean, people talk the way they talk. So
Sarah said, I ain't a bro. My bad. I apologize.
And some people aren't a dog either, but people call each other dogs. I say dude a lot. So I'm not going to correct Mello if he says dude or bro.
I wanted her to correct me.
Or dog.
No smoke. No smoke. I want to promise him to say.
Like, Sarah, let me see. You a little earlier, you called our quarterback a dog. Is he a dog?
We ain't got a dog.
So we know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about. You know what Melo's talking about.
Nice one, Dave. Nice one, Dave.
So we use expressions. Expressions are here.
Dave got a memory bank, man.
Yeah, we hardly beat the Panthers on the road, and we gave up a pick 6 to start the game. Now we moved on and we had down to the wire with the Super Bowl champs. So
the worst game Kurt had is the game that we won.
Yeah, guarantee Caleb Williams won't play with Addison and JJ. But yes, guarantee you Caleb Williams wants. Oh yeah, shooter. Of course he wants to play. Yeah. That's why it's a possibility. He wants to go to a team that he's gonna have some weapons and a line, right? He doesn't want to go to a starter team rebuilding. Nobody wants that, but some people aren't in his situation where he's crazy talent. He's got the first pick probably locked up. Who knows? And he can make those choices. So yes, that's why there's an opportunity that I talk about. It's not Kirk Cousins extend for 100 years. I talk about Caleb Williams and show you the avenue of a possibility how to get him. But we would have to lose a lot of games. We would have to lose a lot.
I remember I'm not a sucker for college anymore. I love college. I love CJ Stroud because I'm a Buckeye, right? And he's doing a hell of a job with Houston. It's one of our better quarterbacks to come out. Justin Fields did a hell of a job last week. He's a decent talent, but regardless of the point, college football quarterbacks are depressing sometimes because they go number 1, top 5 pick or whatever, and then they can't transition that same type of talent that we saw, that we just swore was a different type of talent when we saw it, over to the NFL. And now it's quarterback centric, so I believe he will transfer that over to the NFL. But it's just about, are we about to get stuck again with one of those situations, right?
Well, here's what I didn't want to do is go into the draft desperate, like everybody knowing what we need, and we go in with Mullins and Jaron Hall into the draft, and those are our 2 quarterbacks because there's the only 2 quarterbacks under contract, right? I don't want to go into the draft desperate, and that was my whole deal. But I know that's not a popular opinion.
I don't want to win 7 games. I don't want to win 7
games. I don't want to win 7 games either. I want to win 9 more so we can get 10-7.
Yeah, 10-7 is preferable.
And 10-7 with a team that almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs or could have beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the team I want to see. Catch the ball, don't fumble. Give me the 10 wins and roll the dice.
I'm not mad at our performance, yo. I mean, I don't go into the I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I wish Kurt was more.
Yeah, so
like Manning.
Peyton Manning got calls too. Peyton Manning. Yeah, we can, if we're going to compare
Peyton
everybody
Manning
to Mahomes.
Told Pat McAfee, go ahead and look it up, to shut up and do his job. Oh, he's a player coach. No, bro, not everybody's. No, let's stop that, bro. Listen. Peyton Manning, bro. I named my son Peyton after Peyton Manning.
This is the Peyton Manning expert here.
I literally named my son off of Peyton Manning, bro. Everywhere Peyton Manning goes, I go to Denver and everywhere, bro. Listen, I watch Omaha. You should subscribe to it. One Bar and Lupiga show as well, and definitely the Minnesota Sports Talk. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But to be completely honest with the Peyton Manning situation, I mean, I understand his leadership. I understand that you want him to be but you got to think about the story and the narrative, right? I'm not talking disrespectfully to you. I'm just saying it in my own ranting way. So the story and the narrative behind a quarterback, the story and the narrative behind Peyton Manning since college was, oh, your daddy went to the NFL. You're going to be great. Boom, boom. You went to Tennessee. You was a #1 draft. Randy Moss actually was supposed to hook up with Peyton Manning at some point in time, and they were supposed to go to the same school. If you didn't know, that's a fun fact. But with that being said, that never happened, right? And through all that, you have the narrative, then your brother narrative, and then you win Super Bowls, right? And beyond that, Tom Brady has a huge, even more huge background narrative, right? And then through that narrative, it will excel with your expectations you think in your head. Kirk Cousins is a great leader, bro. Kirk Cousins is a model leader every single day. I don't want you to talk. I don't want to hear you. I want you to show up and do your job. I want you to be the top 10 in quarterback, even though that nobody gives you any type of acknowledgement. I want you to be #2 behind these stats behind Patrick Mahomes in the last 4 or 5 years, and nobody still care and still talk crap about you, but you come to work and do your job. Yes, I want you to be that quarterback. So I mean, I don't think people know what they're talking about.
They're always the thing that always pops up is they're always comparing him to the 1%. The 1% of quarterbacks out there, the Mahomes, the Peyton Manning,
right, and that's good. That's when you know that he's good.
They're always comparing him to the 1%, but the 1% don't win every Super Bowl.
We're talking about Joe Burrow. Oh, we can't talk about him, right? Yeah, because his stats ain't there. With Kurt,
I know.
Okay.
Joe Burrow's having a rough year. He is having a rough year, but obviously,
how about last year? Who had better stats? No, I'm saying how, but I'm saying how can we say this?
I did this last year.
How can we say this? Hold on. Let me 1 second. How can we say this when we have seen him from college injury prone? We have seen him. That is not him just going to a Super Bowl. That's great marketing and a great narrative for an organization that never had it.
Definitely a pro.
Come on, bro. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I know what the flavor is in Cincinnati, bro. I live an hour and 30 minutes. Come on, bro. We only have 2 professional NFL teams, the Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. So I totally understand. Right. At this point, I want a good draft position over anything. I agree.
We want a good draft spot, but I also know that we didn't get Justin Jefferson on the top 10. We didn't get Darius on the top 10. We didn't get O'Neal on the top 10. We didn't get any of those guys in the top 10.
We only got
Addison in the 20s, right?
We got Addison.
We got in the 21st or 22nd pick overall. I forget. Addison was the 20s. All those guys were in the 20s. Those were good picks.
Was he? He was in the 20s.
We won 13 games last year, man.
I was probably thinking Golden State, man. I do too many crossover sports.
We won 13 games last year. We were picking 24th. I don't know. We're 20s. But
you're right.
I want a draft pick too, but I also want so
I backtrack on that
we're
comment.
Not going to give up. That's what I know. We're not going to give up. I want to get if we have a shot, the only shot is getting to 3-5 at 8 games. The only shot is to get to at least 3-5 at 8 games. If it's 2-6, I'm like calling every trade partner out there.
We have too many needs. I don't think we have too many needs. I think that we actually are turning the fucking ball.
I need a corner. I know I need that now.
I really think we're just turning the fucking ball over.
I need a nose tackle and I need a corner.
I mean, that's cool. But we would be winning all these games. We would literally win all these games without the turnover. We would be 5-0 without the damn turnovers, bro.
Easily 4-1.
Bro, I'm not saying every game we've lost has been by 1 possession or less.
Yeah,
1 score or less. 7 points or less. Look at one from Buccaneers, 3 points from
I'm not
Philly,
just I'm just saying easy 4-1.
I'm saying even this one, I'm saying, my bad not to yell, but even this one, we would be Without the turnover. Just imagine without turnovers. Just all the turnovers you imagine, a coughed up fumble, Josh Oliver,
and it's crazy
every time. And imagine those
we had a ball in
wiped out.
Blackman's hands he didn't get, but we ended up going on.
Kirk Cousins not throwing a damn pick in the daggone end zone to Carolina. We would have, blew out that game a lot better. So we would have been really like a strong 4-1 team.
If Oliver doesn't hold, we score a touchdown, right? It's definitely a 2-score victory for us.
Yeah.
But because of that, it's closer. We get the defensive score, which is good.
Touche.
Mello, you're right, but the fact is the job to show up and come to work. He's getting paid monster money to show up. He's getting paid 15th highest paid quarterback. It's 15th, but it is monster money for us.
He's a 15th highest quarterback being paid, but he's giving you top 7 type play, maybe top 5, and he is the number 1 quarterback playing right now in stats, bro. So what are you talking about, bro?
6 shooters, but nice. 6 shooters,
bro. Nice. What are y'all talk? What are y'all talking about, bro? Say something that makes sense. I get you, bro. My bad, 6 shooter. I don't want to come at your neck, but I just gotta call a turd, bro. That's straight crap, bro. I don't care about all the little behind the stuff. He's producing for us. I look at the stats, bro. He is 52 other more freaking players, bro, that have a job to do on a Minnesota Vikings other than Kirk Cousins, and the one job. Oh, Justin Jefferson had 28 yards. What is that for, Kirk Cousins? Oh, Justin Jefferson dropped the ball. What is it for, Kirk Cousins' fault? What, bro? Chill, bro. Stop it. I digress. My bad.
Jesus, dude. Oh my God. If you just entered, I'd like you to meet Mello. He's from the hip. But Sculpture Soup, I don't want to give up. I don't want our wins come teams like the Bears and Panthers. It's just sad. I'll take wins if we can get to 10. That's what I want. I do worry. So a worry I have is us giving up, and then Justin Jefferson not being re-signed is the only problem I have. The only worry I have. Get me to a play. Do what would keep Justin Jefferson. Then I'm fine with it, right? If we want to go 2-15 and get a high draft pick, and Justin Jefferson re-signs, okay, I'll live with it. But if we go 2-15 and he doesn't re-sign, I'm not happy. So I want to do what gets me Justin Jefferson. That's what I want to do. I want to do what gets me Darisaw. So that's where I'm at with that, obviously. And I've said that before. Dan 49ers looking dominant against Cowboys tonight. Yeah.
What's the score? It's only one score. It's like what, 7-0? It's 14-0
in the second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
second. Yeah, I'm looking at it kind of.
Yeah, Roger, we're aware of that.
Yeah, it's 14-0.
We also, our defense only had one playoff win that time too. So it's like it's been rough. I know 2018 we had a pretty good one. 2019 we had a pretty good one. We went to that playoff game, but since then 3 bad ones. This year not so bad. Offensive line playing better. The team. But holy crap, the turnovers. We talked about that earlier. Googs,
Kirk Cousins owns the team in the line. QB,
4 extra wins himself. If JJ's on Carolina, do you think they wouldn't be 0-5 now?
Nah, I don't believe they would be 0-5,
bro. Dude, what would they be?
JJ was on Carolina.
JJ on Carolina, what would they be, you think?
With Thielen? Because with Thielen on the
JJ
side
and
Thielen, bro, they might be a solid 3-2.
So
because they beat us.
So
they beat because Justin had 2 touchdowns. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, that's your point. Okay, cool.
Yeah. My bad. Go ahead. No.
Yeah, it got brought up here, so that's what I was asking.
Okay. Yeah.
What do we got? What does 10 wins accomplish when the Vikings are wins? What did 8 wins accomplish in 1987? We were 1 play away from going to a Super Bowl.
Don't hurt them.
That's what I'm talking about. What did 8-7 accomplish? There's a 15-win season, 8-7. What did that accomplish? I don't know. It was pretty good. We almost went to the Super Bowl with that one. What did 10 wins in 2000 when we went to the NFC title game with Culpepper, who almost won the MVP? I think it was 10 wins, or was it 9? I forget. And we went 41 donut, but no one talks about that. But hey, we got to the NFC title game. It gave us a shot. We weren't a first seed. We weren't a first seed in 87. I don't even think we're a first seed. Were we a second seed, I think? Yeah. I think we're a second seed because I think we're playing at the Saints in 2009. 10 wins gets us to the playoffs. And what 10 wins means to me is we were on a roll going in those playoffs. We were Culpeppering it into those playoffs with 10-7. And that's what I'm talking about. What does 10-7 get us? It tells me we went on a roll into the playoffs because right now we're 1-4. That means we went 9-3 the rest of the season. And
they don't look believe, good doing bro. It. They don't listen. They don't know about Deion Sanders. They don't know about JJ. They don't believe, bro. Do you believe, bro?
Do you believe I believe. Deion? You don't believe in Deion, guys, in this chat. You don't believe in
like, for real,
you doubting Deion on this. No, I'm kidding.
And so on the same thing with the KOC and the Minnesota Vikings and Skull Nation, bro. Like, listen, I have never, as a fan since 1998 and 99, I have never felt the magic in these last 3 years that I felt since Brett Favre in that one little year, and then the 1998-99 season.
All right, we talked enough tonight, man. I'm glad I'm glad you came on. Lighten up a little bit on 6-shooter. He's been good.
I love 6-shooter, so I just wanted to balance the love out.
I know where you're going, man. I know where you're going. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for being in the chat. We talk about playoffs on my channel. Yes, playoffs. You talking about playoffs? All right, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for being. Hey, we're gonna beat the Bears. That's what we're talking about next week. Let's go, Skull.